Hello, people. Today I'm here to talk about the fear of African men who reside outside Africa towards marriage. Whenever something goes wrong in marriage, a man goes his own way, the woman goes her own way, they divorce and they go their own way, separate ways. Most people that hear this turn around and blame the women and say that, why did you really do this? After this man have married you, processed your papers, brought you over to where he's residing, be it Europe, be it USA, wherever he's residing, and you live with him after all these years, and now you are paying him evil for good. That is what we see. That is how we judge. But I'm here to say that we are not, this blame should not go to the women, neither are the men to be blamed, but rather courtship. Because of the limited time this man has when he comes back home to Africa to pick a wife, to pick up a bride, to pick that person who he thinks that something that is going to work out between him and her. He have just like 30 days. Those that work have 30 days in a year for their holidays. I'm not talking of those that are not working that can stay in Africa for like 3 months, 6 months. Even if the man stays 3 months, 6 months, the woman who he meets, who eventually meets and want to marry, can hide her behavior, can pretend. A woman can pretend for 3 months, a woman can pretend for 6 months. But if this man, those that have 30 days, come back home and see a wife, sometimes they make their intention known to the friends, to brothers, sisters, as whoever that is close to them, they make their intentions known to them, and these people start introducing one or two friends that they have, those that are single, to him. Eventually he will see one that he feels that is going to work out between him and her, and pick up this woman. They exchange numbers, start communicating. As his holiday is almost due, he will travel back to where he's residing, but they keep in touch, they keep communicating, they do video calls and all that. A year or two may go by, and this man and this woman, they feel that, oh, they have really known each other to an extent. The man comes back home to propose to the girl and get married to her. Some don't even come back home. It's the man's family that will come and marry the girl, and that's how the girl gets married. This man marries this woman, pick up her papers, and start processing her papers for her to join him where he resides. Some don't even process the paper of the woman, but rather they get married to the woman. They come back once in a year, 2 times in a year, 3 times, as the case may be. And along the line, the woman may get pregnant, and that is how they start having kids, having children. That's what I call distance marriage, where a man is in another country, in another place, and the woman is in Africa, and they start producing children, bearing children. Along the line, the man might come back home and pick this particular woman with the kids, the children which she has for him, and they travel back. When a man and a woman start living together under one roof, when they start living together and they get up in the morning on the same bed in the same house, that is when marriage starts. Not when you come back home, see, hey, fine woman, everywhere set, bombs, oh, she have a good shape, fair and all that, shiny, you get married to her, and you people start communicating over the phone. That is not marriage. Marriage starts when you live together, when you live under the same roof, when you wake up in the morning and that your partner is beside you. That is when marriage starts. So what do you need at that point in time? All you need is tolerance. You tolerate your partner. you tolerate, be you the man, be you the woman, you tolerate your partner. And as you tolerate that person, you overlook some certain things, because when you live together is when those behaviors which you did not see when you people were cutting in 3 months. When you see the man for when you see the man in 3 months and he goes back, or you see the man 6 months he goes back, that is different. You can endure, or you can overlook some certain things which he does. For instance, a man can be once he sleeps, he just starts snoring. If you, the woman, you can endure that snoring, because you know that after 2 weeks, after 1 month, he's gone. I'll start sleeping comfortably well. You can endure that. But when you people start living under the same roof, you, my dear, you would just, after a while, it will start pissing you off, because you will take pillows, you cover your ear, and you can still not sleep. That is for an example. I'm trying to give an example, and that is how it is. If you When you stay together, when you live together under one roof, that is when your marriage starts. So don't count all those years when you have been living apart, but rather do what? Stay together, tolerate one another, communicate with each other, and iron out your cases. And eventually, life goes on. You live together and overlook some certain things, and that is what marriage is all about. On this note, I I believe I've convinced one or two people not to blame the men or not to blame the women, but rather the courtship which they did not go through. Because of the limited time the man has to stay back home in Nigeria or in Africa or wherever it may be. I will see you guys in my next video. Ciao.